Until 11 o'clock tonight, the box is flashing. Those are current severe storms, and we have that one there in Canadian County, also into Ouachita County. These are moving east at about 15 to 20 miles per hour. They've slowed down. Other severe storms now south of Hollis. This storm over Burns Flat, it has weakened now just a bit north of Cordell. Could see winds in here 50 to 60 miles per hour. And intense lightning down to the southwest coming into El Dorado. Tom's down there. He's on the front lip of that. Going to have winds in that of 50 to 60, maybe a little bit higher. And then Canadian County storms, they've been sitting nearly stationary for the last 30 to 45 minutes, now starting to move easterly at about 20 miles per hour, not very fast. And right now along and north of I-40, crossing Highway 81, quite a bit of lightning and thunder. Hail sizes are very small, and the main threat's going to be winds in here of about 50 to 60 miles per hour as it makes its way off to the east, right? Hail sizes are not very big at all. So Okarche at about 8:18. We'll do Piedmont at about 8:44. Yukon at about 8:45. And we'll do the Village at about 9:14, Edmond at about 9:22, Guthrie 9:39. If it even makes it this far, I think it will continue to slowly weaken, but it'll make its way through again. Canadian County, Jones at about 10 o'clock. We'll do Luther at about 10 o'clock as it makes its way along and north of I-40. So if you're outside right now, remember lightning can travel 10, 20, 30 miles away. So you need to be moving indoors. If you can see lightning strikes and lightning bolts, you need to move it in. And going to have some heavy rain in that with, again, some small hail. No tornado threat at all with this line as it comes down I-40. Once again, hail sizes, not a concern right now. The storm strength, it has kind of weakened a little bit, still holding its own. And this is what it looks like on NextGen Live, our million-watt radar. There it is, running from Okarche back down to El Reno, moving easterly. Weather team's in, trackers are out. We're tracking it. 7 News 9. We'll keep you advised.
From News 9, this is a severe weather update.
All right, everybody, we are on digital now. We are streaming on all of our digital platforms, and still talking about the Canadian County storm, also other storms back into western Oklahoma. Trackers are out, everybody in place here. Let's jump back into southwest Oklahoma here. Let's go to Tom Pastrano, and Andrew, if you could punch those guys up here. Let's go to Tom. And Tom, your storm is severe down in southwest Oklahoma, moving off to the east now, just west of El Dorado. And what do you think? What do you have with that as that storm comes on into far southwest Oklahoma, west of Altus?
Yeah, David, so I've been watching the storm for the last hour, and what I've noticed is that the rain shaft is kind of getting a little bit smaller. You can kind of see through it now, whereas before it was kind of a lot more solid. The winds, I've only had probably about 20 to 30 mile per hour winds right ahead of it, so nothing too strong. And I've also noticed that the lightning, it was pretty intense with constant thunder earlier, but I'm not seeing as much lightning in the past 10 to 15 minutes. Back to you.
Okay, yeah, it might have come down just a little bit here. Okay, before we go to our next trackers, guys and gals in line, let's go back to Lynx 1. And here's the severe thunderstorm watch in effect until 11 o'clock tonight. Just means, obviously, we've had some severe storms. Not a tornado threat. This is a wind threat. We've hardly had any hail at all. We've had some small hail, but nothing crazy. And the boxes here flashing, those are the current severe storms that we have in place. And this is the kind of atmosphere that any of these storms, we're starting to lose the heating of the day. We had the hottest temperature ever recorded on this date from Eric today, Eric, Oklahoma, at 107 degrees, hottest temperature ever on May 15th. That's what happened today. So these are going up on all that heat. The air out here is relatively dry as you get east. There's more moisture in the air, but nonetheless, these are being driven by mainly sun, and they're going to hang on. They're not going to completely go away, but they have weakened just a little bit here. And again, these are some pretty stout storms down into Ouachita County, north of Cordell, over to Colony. These are all moving east at about 20, 25 miles per hour. So down the line, Hinton, Lakiba, Binger, these storms will come in from the west, okay? Here's the storm that Tom's on in El Dorado, and you can see how the purples and the blacks, not quite as intense, though, again, they've weakened. It's going to Olustee. Altus, you're probably not going to get a whole lot, maybe some wind out of this, maybe a little bit of light rain, but this thing's going to kind of hug along and south of Highway 62. But Elmer, Tipton, Olustee, El Dorado, again, they're moving east, but they are weakening some. And then Oklahoma City here, we're cloudy, and we've got a couple of showers trying to bubble up now up near Piedmont and Deer Creek. New thunderstorm here going up between Deer Creek and Seward up into southern Logan County. That's going to have some lightning with that. That's beginning to increase. And then we have the main severe storm running from Okarche back down Highway 81. But again, this storm has weakened, but still we'll call it low wind severe. Winds in here of about 50 miles per hour. It's still moving easterly down I-40, crossing 81. And then from there, you know, it's going to move into Piedmont and Richland and Sundance and Deer Creek. Oklahoma City, we're going to be in this when it moves in, but again, it has weakened. Looking at storm strength, how we had the greens showing up, and now we're still dealing with a pocket of green there, but now back to the blues. So it continues to go in the weaker category, all right, because it's weakening, at least right now. All right, hail sizes, tiny hail at best. So doing a storm track, and we'll do Yukon at about 844, Piedmont 847, the Village 921, and Edmond at about 932 right now. And again, we have additional storms developing in the northwest. Okay, let's go back to our trackers here, and let's go back to Val and get an update on Val and what his wind's doing out there. Val, we have your shot up. You're hot, and what do you think? How strong is that wind? What's that wind direction from? Go ahead, Val.
David, that's going to be from the west, pretty much west, maybe west-northwest. Earlier when we talked, I said we didn't have any wind where we were at, but we could see the rain curtains rapidly pushing east. Well, we drove up into the rain curtains, got between 30 and 40 miles an hour before it kind of slacked off. It's slacking off right now. It's dropping down to around 25 or so. But the initial blast was, I would say, between 30 and 40, and that was just pretty much right in the heart of El Reno, David.
All right, and Val, we just had a wind gust of 45, Val, officially in El Reno, so you were right on the money there. You said 40, give or take a little bit. So,
okay.
Yeah, so there you go. So nice job, Val. You're actually getting some rain, which is a plus. And the lightning. Mustang's having graduation tonight, Val. Quite a few schools are having a graduation tonight, so this obviously is a problem. Some of those are going to be delayed or what have you. All right, let's go to Kyle. He's a little farther north of Highway 81 and back to the west here. Let's go to Kyle Wilson and Ron. And Kyle, you're kind of on the back side of this, looking off to your east there, and a little bit of wind in your shot now. You are, I'm going to zoom in on your location here. You are pretty close to the Angel Ridge Race Park. Can you see that close by? You're right there by it.
I might see a water tower off just to our east. I'm not sure if that's it or not, but we're sitting here just to the northwest of El Reno right now, David. You're looking at that heavy core that's just going to be off to our southeast right now. We're taking winds probably 30 to 40 mile an hour right now, straight out of the south. One thing that I want to note on is the cloud-to-ground lightning like you've been talking about. It's pretty fierce out here, David. So any of those graduations, if they're outside, you need to take shelter whenever this is coming through because this cloud-to-ground is hitting the ground pretty hard. Back to you, David.
Okay, yeah. So once again, and we've been talking about that lightning, and there has been a lot of it here. Let's go back to Lynx 1 control room, then I'll go to Jeremy. And let me show you the lightning strikes just the past 3 hours here. And look at all that. Look at all those lightning strikes. So it's a lot of lightning, okay? Ouachita County, south of Clinton, and then from there coming into Canadian County, Logan County, lightning beginning to increase just a bit also in the North Edmond area as we're getting those new storms developing now in North Edmond up through southern Logan County. So quite a bit of lightning there. All right, but not a tornado threat. I know it's May, and I get it, but there's no chance, nothing like that going on with this, okay? But lots of lightning. Look at the lightning strikes in Canadian County, and then back down to Burns Flat, just in hammer time mode as far as that goes. All right, let's go back to radar here, and just stay with me on Lynx 1, and we'll take you back here. Jeremy's right here. You can see where Jeremy's location is. He's right here on I-40. Let's go to Jeremy. He's just to the east of Val. Jeremy, we'll take your shot here. What do you think? It's just right behind you. Have you had any wind at all in the last 10 to 15 minutes? Go ahead.
David, nothing significant, but, man, I'm on Radio Road. I'm crossing Radio Road now just on Jensen, and I mean to tell you the cloud-to-ground lightning is really raining down on me. pretty good. And probably the last few minutes, I've had 3 to 4 real powerful strikes near me. That's the biggest thing at this point. Back to you, David.
Okay, yeah. So that's going to be the most dangerous part. It's going to be, obviously, lightning and a lot of it. So remember, lightning can travel 10, 20, 30 miles, some cases 40 to 50 miles away, but usually 10 to 20, 30 miles away, you can get struck by lightning, okay? So keep that in mind if you're outside in a graduation, if you're out in Canadian County, anywhere pretty much in Canadian County right now, lightning could be a problem. But again, that storm is continuing to weaken, but still lightning coming out of it right now with some pretty decent rain. All right, so nice job there from Jeremy. Nice shot. All right, back to Lynx 1, and let's talk about what's going on in Logan County. And if you look to the north here, north of Guthrie, showers popping up, also north of Langston. One little small storm has gone up near Seward. You can see that. And then from there back down to just north of Oak Tree, and certainly nothing crazy here. Let me bring this up here a little bit faster. So here's Oak Tree, Mitch Park, and Edmond. A little bit of lightning going on there. And then here we have our storm here. But notice how the bright reds and oranges that we had, those have kind of come down just a bit. And then the most intense part of this is right on I-40, where Val and Jeremy are, and coming down Banner Road, or coming down Highway 66 towards Banner, then along I-40. And again, this is going to come into Oklahoma City, okay? We'll see what it does when it gets here. But right now, winds are about 40 to 50. We're looking at velocity data. And folks, I tell you what, it's hard to find anything in there over 40. There's been some 40 to 50, but certainly nothing crazy. What'd Val say?
Val was just saying the lightning is crazy right now.
Yeah, let's go back to Val. Bring Val back in here. And Val, exactly what Jeremy was talking about here. Pretty intense. You're right in the lightning core, it looks like, looking at radar right now. So you're right in the thick of it.
Yeah, what Jeremy was talking about, it's right on. And Kyle was also talking about, you were saying that there's proms and graduations and stuff. There's a big one right there. Goodness. Proms and stuff going on. Yeah, the most dangerous part of this, absolutely right now, is the lightning. And we have seen quite a few really, really intense cloud-to-ground strikes. And it's not getting better, it's getting worse. The further east we take the storm, it's just getting worse. So keep that in mind. The best thing to do is just stay indoors until this thing passes, because lightning is nothing to mess around with, David. Back to you.
Yeah, for sure. And you're out in it all the time, and you know what it can do. We all know what it can do, and it can be very, very, very dangerous. So, yeah. Okay, let's go back to Lynx 1. And here's your storm track for the metro here. And what I've done is I've just kind of got it was moving easterly. It kind of made a little more of a northeast turn. Now it's back to easterly. So here are your times there. Yukon 8:35, Piedmont 8:39, Bethany at about 9 o'clock, the Village 9:09, downtown Oklahoma City 9:21, the Zoo 9:22. We'll do Edmond at about 9:25, and Spencer, Midwest City 9:45, give or take. Choctaw, Luther at about 10 o'clock to about 10:10. So that's what the main storm, which is coming down I-40. If we look at as far as strength of the storm here, let me show you this, and we'll lapse this for you. And you can see the storm strength here. It's just kind of holding its own. It was stronger earlier. It's come down, and now it's come back up just a little bit. So nothing tornadic in there, but the warning now has been extended into Oklahoma County. So if your phones are going off, if you have our News 9 app, they'll be going off. And again, not a tornado. There's not going to be a tornado. There's nothing rotating. It's not like that at all. But it is a wind producer. But the wind, though, has come down. Again, that storm, it changed, but that storm earlier, about 6 o'clock, produced winds of about 75 miles per hour in Ouachita County near Bessie, which is pretty intense. 75? Yeah, that'll get your attention. So now the warning does include a large part of Oklahoma City as it makes its way down I-40 and moving east at about 20. Is that what the speed is? That's what you have? That's
yeah, I've got it set at 20.
Okay. I know it was faster and it slowed
along,
down.
yeah.
And it was moving east-northeast. Now it's just kind of east. So moving almost due east. And the whole line has been boxed up with severe, but it's not all severe. It's not, Logan County, you're going to have winds up here, maybe 40. But I think anything stronger is going to be down here, running from Richland back down to Yukon, and then again along Highway 66 coming into Oklahoma County. So Again, if you're joining us, nothing tornadic, nor will there be. This is going to be a wind threat, winds 40 to 50. There might be a gust of 60. And this will be coming into Yukon, Bethany, Oklahoma City as it makes its way to the east. The storms out west have weakened near Colony, no longer severe. Winds out here could be 40 to maybe 50 miles per hour. That would be kind of the top end. And then as we jump into southwest Oklahoma, winds down here, pretty intense. Winds down here have come down, but this storm has weakened just a bit southwest of Duke. That's in southwest Oklahoma. So, and again, that's going to head over towards Altus. This thing's making a little more of a turn to the northeast. So you folks in Altus might actually get some nice rain out of this if it hangs on long enough.
And David, if you want to take links 4, we've been talking a lot about
Yeah,
the lightning.
Go ahead, take it.
Check out this shot from Tommy and Mustang of, right on the edge of the shot there. Super, super bright flash.
Man,
I've got another one from
that's a good one.
Cynthia that I'll load in here. Do it live because we're on Instagram, but also from the Mustang area.
Another incredible picture.
Another great
again,
lightning strike. So 1 second.
The wind's been the problem earlier. We still have winds. You might have winds 40 to 50. There might be a peak gust that's higher than that, but the lightning is a problem for Oklahoma City right now. For all of those, it's a Friday night. People are out and about. You're sitting on a patio.
At the soccer game.
Yeah, see that shot? No, that's scary. I mean, that should not be happening.
Southwest OKC.
See that shot there? Where's this from?
Southwest, it's what park is that? She said Woodson Park in Southwest OKC.
See that picture on your screen there, folks? That's a horrible idea. That lightning bolt could easily travel. I know the odds are low, but they're not zero. And that's not something you want to go to Vegas on. That lightning strike like that could easily reach that field. And then you have a lot of problems, okay? So when you see lightning like that, you cannot be outside. It's too close. It can certainly travel. Wow. Okay. That's crazy. Those people are just like, yeah, no big deal.
Hanging out at the game.
Hanging out at the game. Everything's good.
Who knows? Maybe they called it after that.
Yeah, Woodson Park.
Maybe.
From Cynthia Garcia. Thank you for the picture. But, stuff like that makes us a little uneasy. All right, back to Links 1. And show you one more time. Back to Oklahoma City here. Our storm has weakened a little bit more, which is good. Still quite a bit of lightning still. The lightning flashes there. All the little lightning bolts on the screen. In that shot, the last 15 minutes, there's been 40 strikes down to 39 now. So the lightning has come down just a little bit. So it has weakened some. So that's the way it looks. All right, folks, we're going to take a break. Technically, we're not. We're going to get back on regular TV. So we're going to take a break from social. We're still going to be here, though. Okay? All right. Stay with News 9. We'll keep you advised.
From News 9, this is a severe weather update.
All right, Oklahoma, tracking the storms now coming into the Oklahoma City area, back through western and southwestern Oklahoma. And storms have come down, not as strong, but a lot of lightning and a lot of people outside doing the wrong thing, being outside with thunderstorms and lightning coming in over them. And we appreciate all the pictures, but some of the pictures, we don't like what we're seeing. We're seeing people out at soccer fields with lightning like literally just a few miles away. And lightning can travel 10, 20, 30, 40 miles away, okay? And this storm does have a lot of lightning in it. It has come down some, but still a lot of lightning to deal with here. All right, let's go to Links 1. Trackers are out. They're all over the place tonight. Severe thunderstorm watch on Links 1 until 11 o'clock tonight, it includes central back into southwest Oklahoma. The box is flashing. Those are the current severe storms. Storms in Ouachita County coming into Caddo County. Those have weakened, moving easterly now near Colony. Gusty winds, maybe 40 miles per hour with those. Small hail, quite a bit of lightning and thunder, though, with this line over Corn, just north of Colony, also west of Lakiba. All right, nothing tornadic, no tornado warnings. There's not going to be. And then southwest Oklahoma here, one thunderstorm. It's kind of gone up. It's come down. Now it's back up. South of Duke, it's north of Tom. It's going to Olusty. It's going to try to make it to Altus. Could see winds in that 50 to 60 miles per hour. And here in the metro, our storms are still strong, but not crazy strong. They have weakened, coming right down I-40, coming into Yukon, and down through and near Integris, Canadian Valley, moving east at about 20 miles per hour. Still a lot of lightning. Another thunderstorm going up just south of Rose Creek with lightning with that, also in the Edmond area. So storms are still hanging with us. Storm strength. It's a little bit smaller, but again, right on I-40 near Banner. Here's your storm track on the strongest storm now, Piedmont at about 843. The Village 908, anywhere along this line, even with these storms up in Logan County and West Edmond and northwest Oklahoma City, could see winds 40 to 50. There might be a gust a little bit higher. And we'll do Edmond at about 928, Jones 952, Choctaw 10 o'clock, and Hera at about 1020. We're tracking all of this. Again, stay by News 9. We'll keep you advised. dust blowing. These storms produced a lot of wind, lightning, and not a whole lot of rain, right? We've had some rain, but we could use a lot more. There's Mustang, and look at that shot. Just some incredible, beautiful shots. And this little video here, look at the lightning strikes in that. So again, just a lot of lightning, which is very, very dangerous if you're outside. So just kind of keep that in mind. All right, so severe thunderstorm watch for the counties in blue until 11 o'clock tonight. Southwest Oklahoma has the strongest storm. Storms in Caddo County still hanging on, moving east. These will make it into southwestern Canadian County and hug the Caddo-Grady County line as they move from west to east. And these are not quite severe, but going to have some winds in here of about 40 to 50 miles per hour. And then the storm that Tom's on coming into Altus, it has weakened. Some small hail and gusty winds with that. A few scattering of showers and storms up near, Perry and Perkins. Not severe. Gusty winds with those. Thunderstorm over Edmond. It continues to move to the east. Light rain, moderate rain on the eastern sides of Edmond. Here's this one severe storm. It's been coming down I-40, Highway 66. It's still with us, but again, not crazy severe, low wind severe, winds about 40, maybe 45 miles per hour. Quite a bit of lightning and thunder will scoot across the city. So if you're outdoors, move indoors as it moves in. And storm strength right now running on the low side. By the way, those are the record highs we had today. That's why we're having all these storms. Too hot, way too hot for that kind of temperature going on today. Stay on News 9. We'll keep you advised.
From News 9, this is a severe weather update.
All right, everybody, thanks for joining us here online. We are now in the digital world, and hey, so talking about storms, moving through the metro. Not crazy severe. We've got some gusty winds. Pretty good wind in southwest Oklahoma right now. And then for Oklahoma City, I know the UCO, the graduation up there has been canceled. I know some have been canceled or delayed graduations. They were just outside, and it's May in Oklahoma. So it's one of those things. Okay, let's go to Lynx 1. You got it. There we go. So what's left, we have one severe storm. That's in Oklahoma City, and that continues to weaken. The counties in blue, that's the big severe thunderstorm watch that's in effect. And again, that will be in effect until 11 o'clock tonight. But the one storm still severe, that's right across the city here. And let's go take a look at radar. And here's what I'm talking about. But folks, this thing is barely hanging on. I'm just going to be honest with you. So there never has been a tornado threat. There's not going to be a tornado threat. Nothing like that. These are basically now becoming garden variety showers and thunderstorms running from near Frontier City up into the eastern sides of Edmond up to Arcadia Lake. Lightning and thunder in here, gusty winds, some very, very small hail. You probably wouldn't even notice it. And as we come back to the west, this storm, believe it or not, produced winds of 75 miles per hour earlier near Bessie out in Ouachita County. But it's now over Sundance, coming into Gaillardia, going to Mercy. Kyle's right there on the eastern side of it, and then down towards Whiteley Post, back into eastern Canadian County, north of Yukon. And then as we go west, this storm, near Cedar Lake in Lookeba. It's moving almost due east. And with that, lightning, thunder, some very small hail, winds, maybe 30 to 40 miles per hour, but more problems as far as if you're outside for southern and southwestern Canadian County, Binger, Cogar, back to Minko, Tuttle. It's coming your way as, again, this makes its way off to the east. So once again, this whole thing in here, right here is moving just about due east, okay? So just kind of keep that in mind. Other storms, again, going on, coming into Perkins, right over Perkins right now with some lightning and thunder there. Nothing crazy. And then also moving into Pawnee County, showers and storms there. So the big picture is this. It's just kind of, you just kind of have a big line of rain and thunderstorms moving from northern back into central and southwest Oklahoma. And this is going to just keep moving east through the evening hours. This will push off in eastern Oklahoma as the evening moves along, and it's all just going to continue to weaken and get weaker and weaker, and then eventually it'll spread east and it'll just go away, okay? But it is what it is right now, right? Southwest Oklahoma, let's jump in here, and these storms have really weakened. Goodness. All right, let's go to Tom Pastrano, and let's bring Tom in. Thank you, John. Let's bring Tom in here. And Tom, we have your shot. Still raining, but boy, your storm, man, that thing got to Altus and just absolutely croaked. It is dying on top of Altus. Go ahead, Tom.
Yeah, unfortunately, they could really use the rain. What I am seeing, though, is quite a bit more lightning over the last 10 minutes south of me. So there have been some new development, probably about 10 miles south of Altus. But the good thing is we are getting some rain here in Altus. It's not extremely heavy, but it is rain, probably some of the heaviest rain I've seen in a few weeks here. The winds have really let down. They're probably only 20, 25 at most here in Altus. Back to you.
And Tom, just real quick, you and I were talking off air earlier, and you said, and you've been storm chasing for like 97 years, you were saying that Altus, that southwest Oklahoma area, looks like some of the driest you have seen. And today, Altus made it to 107 degrees or 106. You said it's the driest it's looked in really quite a while. So this is certainly going to help at least a little bit, temporary help anyway.
Yeah, that's right. It'll at least settle down some of that dust. But yeah, just driving around all throughout southwest Oklahoma, the wheat just, usually you see wheat that's really green, kind of going towards a golden color, but all of it's all just dead right now. And it's probably about 8 to 10 inches tall. Some of the wheat farmers had said that this is the worst wheat that they've seen in the last 50 years. So it is pretty bad out here. Back to you.
Yeah, that's horrible. Wow. Okay. Not good. So, yeah, the wheat crop in Oklahoma this year is definitely suffering for sure. All right. Thank you, Tom. Okay, let's come back and we'll get back to Oklahoma City here. Thunderstorm again coming into El Reno Airport, Union City. We're watching that. Nothing crazy, nothing scary. Small hail, gusty winds with that. That'll make its way towards Union City. Really kind of back over the same area again. Storms coming into Gaillardia. Those have weakened. over North Oklahoma City. Rain in the East Edmond from Arcadia down to southern sides of Edmond. These storms are hanging on up towards Arcadia, up towards Fallis. Let's go to Valcaster, bring Val in. And Val, you're on the east side of Edmond, coming up I-35, almost to 15th Street, it looks like, South 15th. What do you think on your wind? Have you had any wind at all in the last 10 minutes? Anything? Any seriousness?
Not really. Not really. And on the wind, we haven't really seen much. And you look at the radar, and the original storm that we followed in from the west and came through El Reno, it's really weakened. But there are other storms, kind of a little line going to the east and northeast here that we're under right now. We're getting, light rain with this. We're not getting much wind to speak of at all. But the one thing that we still are getting, David, is the lightning. And the lightning is still vivid. Even though these storms are weakening and trying to diminish quite a bit, it's still, packing a punch with the lightning here. So that's one thing that we really have to watch out for until it all goes away. Back to you.
Yeah, exactly. And the lightning has been the reason that so many things were canceled this evening that were outdoors, right? Well, May, and you get thunderstorms in Oklahoma. It's our wettest month of the year. All right, let's go to Kyle. Kyle's back on the Kilpatrick. He's a little further west. Kyle's going to be, he's coming up on Chisholm Creek. He's coming up on Penn and May Avenue on the Kilpatrick Turnpike. Kyle, what do you think? Have you had any wind there in the last half hour or so, last 20 minutes?
David, I just pulled over right here off of Penn and the Kilpatrick to see how high the winds were. Probably about 30 to 40 miles an hour right here on the east side of this line that's kind of moving through. And I can verify what Val said. The storm might be dying out, but the lightning is still crazy out here. David, back to you.
Yeah, no doubt about it. There's still a lot of lightning moving through Oklahoma City, so that is a problem. All right, let's go to Jeremy. Jeremy is in the Southwest Metro. And, hey, Jeremy, I know you can hear me now. I want you, when you get a second, that stuff that's coming back into Canadian County, so drop back down south, either go back west on 40 and then back south. Let's see what that stuff does, because it's starting to come up now near La Kiba. So if you're good with that, that would be great if you would just drop back south, a little bit west. Let's see what this stuff does back to your west. What have you had, Jeremy, in the last 10 minutes as far as the wind? What do you got?
So our winds are really calm. I just stopped here at Lake Overholser. I was kind of watching that storm, the lightning, off in the distance. And, man, it's balmy, calm, not a lot of nothing here other than people fishing. Back to you, David.
Okay, well, that's good. All right, except you don't want to be outside when you have lightning, but anyway, yeah, it'd be a great day for fishing, right? It's always a good day for fishing. All right, let me show you just some of the pictures here. Just show you some of these. We don't know if this is, I don't know. We think this might be a little bit of AI generated. Not sure on this guy. But if it's not, he's got really good timing. It's hard to pick a lightning bolt out like that, if you know what I mean. But anyway, Jen in my ear goes, there's no way that's real. I know. It looks, I mean, you can't tell anymore. AI is taking over everything. We can't even tell. But with that, the lightning's real. He's real. But did somebody put them together? Not sure. All right. All right, so one more time, I'll give you an update on the Big View. Thunderstorms in Oklahoma County are no longer severe. Storms in Caddo County are not severe. And the storms in southwest Oklahoma in Jackson County no longer severe. So the warnings are going away. Everything's moving east at about 20 miles per hour. And with that, you're going to see some gusty winds, maybe 20 to 30 miles per hour, lightning and thunder. You might have some very small hail, but certainly nothing crazy. Zero tornado threat. There's not been a tornado threat. There's not going to be a tornado threat with any of this stuff. And it will just continue to push east. So if you're outdoors, out and about here for the next little bit, storm coming at you, your big threat, honestly, is going to be lightning. So if you hear thunder, right, if you hear it roar, you've got to move indoors. That's the saying. So good advice. All right, so folks, that's it. We're going to wrap it up. We're going to do a little more work, get ready for the 10 o'clock, do a few more cut-ins, and here we go. But thanks for joining us. As always, stay on News 9. We'll keep you advised.